This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
The views expressed by guests on this program do not necessarily represent the views of the host or owners of the Doggy Diva show and do not necessarily constitute endorsement of products. Medical information discussed by guests on this program are those of the guests and is only for informational purposes and should not replace medical advice by your local veterinarian professional.
Hi, this is Susan Marie from the Doggy Diva show. This week, another one of Monica's great pet tips. Also, helping your dog with mobility issues. Then, managing your pet's health care expenses. That's what's on our show this week. Let's get started.
Hey, did you hear that? What is that? It's the bark heard round the world. The Doggy Diva show. Here's Susan Marie.
Hi, welcome to the Doggy Diva show, the show for animal lovers. I'm your host, Susan Marie, and as always, I'm joined by my canine co-hosts, the Doggy Divas themselves, Francesca, Coco, and our newest little diva, Miss Olive. Miss Olive is the cute little Italian Greyhound rescue in the picture with the microphone. Thank you for joining us today as we bring the experts in the pet and animal world right to you. Email us at doggydivashow@aol.com. That's DOGGYDIVA show@aol.com. We love hearing from you. So go grab a cup of coffee and your pet's favorite treat, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Put on a perfectly pawsome pet party. Having an awesome birthday or adoption day celebration for your four-legged friend? Or just want a fun excuse to throw a fun party with your friends from the dog park? Deck out your party with Molly and Bandit Pet Party accessories. Party products designed specifically for pets. There are wearables, including adjustable pet party hats, bow ties, and tutus. The photo prop kits include funny glasses and hats. The party supplies and decorations include coordinating table covers, party banners, cake decorations, and treat bowls, cups, and bags. Everything you need to create great memories and Instagram-worthy photos. They're available in 2 colorful themes, tropical and fireman. It's a dog's life. Celebrate it with Molly and Bandit Pet Party at mollyandbanditpetparty.com/petlife.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Doggy Diva show. I'm here with Monica Leighton, the president of Professional Pet Sitting. And Monica, here we are. We're in summer. Summer is so much fun, but summer's hot. Do we have any tips to keep our pets cool this summer?
Yeah, so as you know, especially where we are, but all over the U.S., summer, the heats get really high and it can take a big toll on our pets. They estimate hundreds of dogs suffer from heat stroke every summer. So a couple helpful tips to avoid that with your pet is, knowing the symptoms of overheating, knowing how to treat it, and also, when to best exercise your pet. For example, try to cut out those long midday walks. Try to have, your longer walks and your longer exercises being in the morning, at first sunrise or in the evening before sunset, just not right in the middle of the day. Get those middle of the day pee breaks out, but try not to do long excessive exercise. Don't leave your pets outside for a long period of time during the middle of the day. Provide, clean water at all times that they are outside, and also be really cautious in regards to darker fur or skin dogs. They overheat quickly. Black dogs out in the sun. It becomes very hot very fast. And the other thing also is, long-haired dogs. Keeping them very, cool, having water readily available. Some of the signs of overheating, if you are out with your dog, panting, excessive thirst, their tongue and their gums get a really bright red. They can get an elevated temperature. They can stagger. They'll actually collapse when it gets severe. And heat stroke can be extremely fatal if it's not taken care of quickly. That's one thing that's really important. You want to immediately start cooling the dog down, but you have to be very cautious in doing that. When you have a heat stroke victim, you don't want to throw them in cool water or really, ice them down or anything real quick. You have to get that temperature down at a very gradual pace. So, putting cool towels on the pet, giving them water, but in small increments so they don't start bringing it up. Things of that nature. Immediately, bring the pet indoors, get them out of the heat and bring them straight to your vet. Unfortunately, some of the major things with heat stroke, the brain swells, you can get ulcers in the GI tract, and what happens is that the kidneys start to shut down. So getting them to a vet as quickly as possible, is the key to treatment. And also be really, really cautious with your brachial breeds, like your bulldogs and your, French bulldogs and your pugs, the ones that have, the smushy faces. Be very careful with them when it comes to heat as well. Keeping, their walks and their outside time very limited because they are more prone to overheat and have those issues than other breeds are.
Those are great tips. And of course, we want to have a nice, safe, cool summer. And also remember, please, and this is year round, but please never leave your dogs locked up in the car. It's the absolute worst thing that you could do. And always remember that you may have a friend sitting in the back seat. You may have them crated up in the back of your SUV. Please make sure before you leave your car that you check all your doors, even your back, because sometimes we just in a hurry and we forget. So please don't forget. Stay safe, stay cool, and have a great summer. Thank you, Monica.
Thank you so much.
Coming up, does your dog have mobility issues? We may have an answer. Stay tuned.
What if you could protect the life of your cat with something so simple and affordable that you already use every day? Get ready for the evolution of kitty litter. It's Pretty Litter. Along with all the features you've come to expect from your kitty litter, Pretty Litter's patented and scientific formula will also monitor your cat's health and detect illnesses early while providing industry-leading odor control. 2 kitty litters, same cat, same price. But there's one important difference. Pretty Litter reacts to your cat's waste by detecting health issues simply by changing color. And the key is that Pretty Litter detects these issues before your cat shows symptoms of physical illness or pain, likely saving you major dollars in vet bills while protecting the health of your cat. What do you think, little guy? Ready to switch litter? Pretty Litter. Colorful insight into your cat's health.
Go to prettylittercats.com/cat101 or use coupon code CAT101 to get 20% off your first subscription order.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Doggy Diva Show. Is your dog suffering from mobility issues? Do you have a senior dog? Or do you have a dog recovering from hip, knee, or back surgery? Or maybe you have a disabled dog, like Miss Olive. Well, if your dog is suffering from mobility issues, including those I mentioned, we have a product for you that could help improve your dog's quality of life. And we are so happy to be introducing to you the co-founder of Gingerlead, which is a dog support and rehabilitation harness, Liz Rubinstein. Hi, Liz. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me on today.
Oh, no, my pleasure. And you have helped thousands of pet parents worldwide with the Gingerlead. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and about your inspiration for the Gingerlead?
Well, so I was just a pet owner at the time. My husband and I adopted 2 8-week-old littermate golden retriever puppies. And Ginger, the female puppy, started having trouble going up and down our steps at 4 months old. And we aren't veterinarians, don't have a veterinary background. We took her to the vet, and they told us she had severe hip dysplasia. And we feared, oh my gosh, here's this 4-month-old puppy. What are they going to tell us our options are with a puppy having this much trouble this young? And they said there was a special surgery they could do for her as a puppy, and it would probably fix her hip. And we thought, that's wonderful. We thought the hard part for us was going to be paying for the surgery. And then we picked her up after they did a triple pelvic osteotomy, which was breaking her hip in 3 places, moving things around, putting it back together with pins and screws and a plate. And they told us, okay, now she doesn't get to move around except to eat and go to the bathroom. She's not supposed to run or jump or spin, and we were supposed to support her weight in the hind end while she healed. And they handed us an old bath towel to do that. And so we took her home and tried that. And as a 6-month-old puppy whose pain was just taken away by the surgeon, all she wanted to do was run and jump and spin. And one of the biggest difficulties we had was that we have stairs no matter how you go in and out of our house. And Ginger, from the beginning to the end of her life, wanted to run down the stairs. So I'd be trying to hold the bath towel. It would be bunching up under her belly like a rope, trying to hold a leash in one hand, the towel in the other, and go down the stairs, and she'd start running, and I worried we'd all end up in a heap. And then when we'd get her outside, if she saw a squirrel or her brother, or one of the worst parts for us was we live in Denver, Colorado, not in Florida, and it was her first snow. So she was very excited to chase snowflakes that winter. And so she was constantly wanting to run and jump and spin. It was a rodeo to help her recover. But she did recover, and we're grateful to her surgeon. That hip was solid up until we lost her at 12 to cancer. But then when she was 4, she needed knee surgery for a luxating patella. And my husband and I, that time, having been through the towel routine, were determined to find something both more comfortable and safer for Ginger and easier for us to use. So that's when we developed the Gingerlead, not trying to create a business, just trying to help our own dog recover. So we made a nice soft padded cushion under her belly that didn't bunch up, adjustable straps so that you can have your hand in a comfortable position, a nice padded handle to hold on to, and one of the keys for us was we attached a leash to that handle so that we could hook that to her collar and have integrated control or brakes so she couldn't run down the stairs ahead of us or chase anything. And this time the hospital gave us a generic sling, which was better than the towel, that would still bunch up, and it didn't have that leash attachment, and it was kind of uncomfortable in your hand. So when it became a business was really when we brought her back to the hospital for her recheck, and we didn't want to insult the hospital, so we brought her back with the generic blue sling that they gave us and handed her over to the technician, and Ginger went running down the hallway of the hospital with the technician chasing after her, and my husband and I looked at each other and started to laugh because that looked just like the struggle we were having at home. And then we looked at each other and went, wait a minute. We've needed this twice for Ginger, but this is a hospital that does this every day for a living, and they don't have a better tool either. So that's when we showed my hand-sewn prototype to Ginger's surgeon, and he helped us test our prototypes and refine some of the materials, and that's when it became a business.
Well, I have to tell you that as a pet parent who's had larger dogs who have gone through surgeries or amputations and been given the towel to use to lift, and it's really hard because if you're lifting, we had greyhounds, so if you're lifting it and you have the leash and you're trying to walk down the back stairs to take them out at night, it's like a balancing act. I mean, you as a pet parent, sometimes you fall yourself. So this is so ingenious because you've incorporated the harness and it links to the collar so that you're like your hands free. And if people go to your website, which is gingerlead.com, you have some great videos on there that show exactly how pets have benefited from it. If you could just tell us just briefly a little bit about Ginger, and I think that this totally improved her quality of life.
Definitely. So Ginger was an amazing dog. She was the quintessential golden retriever, happy no matter what was happening, any attention, even if it was surgery in a hospital. And so she was happy, and she would give it 100%, which was what created some of the challenges that led to us developing Gingerlead, because she just wanted to run and play and be with us all the time. And so her recovery the second time was much smoother and much easier with the Gingerlead. And then we also ended up using it with her when she was older and had arthritis. So when she was younger, we hooked it to her collar to give us breaks to keep her walking slowly, safely by our side. And then when she was older, we put a chest harness on her. Then you can hook the leash to that, and it gives them support under the chest to help with the front end if they stumble, under the belly for the back end, and one handle, so essentially a doggy suitcase. And Ginger, gosh, from beginning to end, she was an ambassador for her product. She would go to veterinary offices with me. She would dress up in a Santa suit at Christmas, and we would deliver goodies. She's just, when we lost her, it was devastating to me. Enough time has passed now that I can talk about it with pride without tearing up, but she is one of the most amazing dogs I have ever met, and it's been my privilege to be on this journey with her and to help continue her legacy and help tens of thousands of dogs around the world with mobility issues.
Well, I think that Ginger definitely had a purpose in life, and the purpose in life was, number one, she's a sweet little angel, and she also spread this wonderful, the word about this wonderful product, which is helping pet parents such as myself. Now, can you tell us how the Gingerlead benefits the pet, but it also benefits the pet parent?
Yeah, so for pet parents and veterinary technicians, the biggest comment we get the most frequently is, "It saved my back." Because people using the towel or something that doesn't adjust properly, it's hard on your back. Or people, a lot of them are used for dachshunds that have back problems. And even though dachshunds don't weigh very much, if you have to bend over to support them, it's not good on the person's back. So for the person, that and the control issue that we had with Ginger with the leash, those are the two things we hear the most. Is it made things much easier on me. I had better control. I was able to keep the dog following their instructions by the veterinarian and not hurt my back in the process. For the dog, it's more comfortable and safer. So the towel or the generic sling will bunch up under them kind of like a rope and create kind of a pressure point under there. Ours is nice and padded, so it's very comfortable. It's a nice little cushion under their belly. And they're not supposed to run or jump or spin, but they don't know that. So once you have the integrated support and control, it's safer. So you can help avoid potential problems while they're healing, because you don't want to have to go back to the surgeon and say, "Oh gosh, my dog," one of our customers had a fly ball dog that liked to chase the tennis balls with that fly ball game, but also was obsessed with squirrels and damaged 2 surgeries in a row because every time the dog got to the stage where they were doing rehabilitation walks, when it would see a squirrel, it would take off after the squirrel and run and twist and do damage to that freshly repaired joint and have to go back in and have it repaired again. So for the pets, it's more comfortable and safer, and for the owners, it's just easier to use, better on your back.
For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, the towel, when your dog, if you have a large dog especially, when they have surgery, it's hard for them to get up shortly after surgery and during some of the rehab to have it get up just off the floor. I know that, people put rugs all around it so that they have the grip, but sometimes it's hard for them to get up, and then you also need to guide them down the stairs. And in the past, or people may still be doing it, you would be given this towel, like a long towel, and then you kind of guided, you put it under just beyond your pet's stomach and kind of guided it down the stairs. What you have, Liz, is what you've created is a very comfortable support so that it's not like the towel cutting into them or shifting and moving. And you've even gone so far as you've got a male product as well as a female product so that there's even more comfort and more mobility.
We do. That's part of our patented design, is that we have a cutout for the male ones, and all the male ones can also be used on female dogs, but it makes some more room for the boys, so that's a big help. For the dogs when they need to relieve themselves. We also have a tall size. You mentioned that you had a greyhound, so for tall, lean dogs with a long towel like you mentioned, or a generic sling that has longer straps, you don't want to have your hand up by your shoulder holding something to support a tall dog. So we have a tall size for tall, lean dogs that has shorter straps to bring that handle down closer to their back. So we have many features included. We tried to make it what would be most comfortable for Ginger, and her litter mate was a boy, so we also created a boy version at that time and have refined and developed it even more over the years to add features to make it more comfortable and user-friendly.
the product itself, can you just tell us a little bit about what the material is and the care for it? How because it's pretty easy to care for.
Absolutely, yeah. So I'll talk about most of our sizes. Our mini size is made a little differently, but all the other sizes are made with a nice soft corduroy next to your dog's belly. And then it has foam padding inside to give it the cushion and keep it from bunching up. The outside is a nice nylon, durable exterior, kind of like what they make backpacks out of. And then the straps that come up from the support pad to the handle are like leash material, and they're adjustable. They have sliders on both sides that go back and forth to make them longer or shorter. So if you have say a basset hound, you can lower the straps down to them and not have to bend over. But if you have a golden retriever, you can make them a bit shorter so that your hand is still in a comfortable position. And then the leash is attached, but it is detachable, and that is mainly for washing purposes because it does have a snap hook on the end, and you usually don't want that metal snap hook clonking around in your washing machine. So we recommend detaching the leash when you wash it, closing the Velcro handle, and they are machine washable and dryable. So you can just throw them in the washer and dryer. And we had one lady use it on a St. Bernard that was 225 pounds for 2 years and wash and dry it. And the only exception to that is our mini size. We have a mini size for toy breed dogs, and a lot of dachshunds use our mini size. And the pad on that is less bulky, so it's made of neoprene, so it can go in the washer and will air dry overnight, but can't go in the dryer.
I know that, and I'm so sorry that you lost Ginger, but her legacy is living on. But you have a golden retriever right now named Jake. Can you tell us a little bit about Jake? Because he's quite special.
Jake is amazing. So, yeah, Ginger was amazing, and it's very sad to have lost her. We lost both Ginger and her littermate Wilson to cancer. So when we lost Ginger's littermate, they'd been together for 10 years, and Ginger was so sad to be alone, so we decided to get her another buddy. And Jake, our dog now, sort of fell into our laps, and while we were in the pet industry, we went to a lot of veterinary conferences and got to know the Morris Animal Foundation. And we found out that they were doing a study of golden retrievers, and it was a study designed to try to figure out why they get cancer and what they can do about it, but the dogs had to be puppies to enroll. And so we couldn't enroll Ginger when we lost her littermate to cancer, but then when we lost him, we had the opportunity to get a buddy for Ginger, and we got Jake, who's also a golden retriever, and we were able to enroll him. So he's what they call a hero dog in this study, and they have 3,000 of these hero dogs all around the nation, and they are studying everything from, what kind of flooring we have in our house, of course, what kind of food we give him, what kind of treats, and that includes, are we giving him fruit and vegetables? If we do, are they organic? Are they frozen? Are they fresh? What type of preparation are we giving him before we give them to him? How much time does he spend outside? How much exercise does he get? What kind of fertilizer do we put on our lawn? Just all these details of his life. They send us a big questionnaire every year, and he also has a special vet visit every year where they collect samples from him of, toenails, urine, feces, hair, all kinds of things. And they ask our veterinarian a whole list of questions as well every year. So for all of these dogs, they're going to study them their entire lives, and all the dogs were enrolled as puppies. So they're getting a very broad base of study to help dogs, and this may cross over and help people too. So it is the biggest study for cancer in dogs that I know of.
Well, that's amazing, and I thank Jake for that. Now, where can the listeners go to learn more about you, to learn more about, Ginger, and learn more about Gingerlead, and where to purchase it?
Gingerlead.com is our website, and we have a page on there that has Ginger's story, and it has pictures and video about Ginger throughout her life, and they can purchase Gingerleads right there. We also have a Find a Locations tab on our website, and so they can look for pet stores and veterinary offices across the U.S. that carry them. And we also have pet stores, veterinary offices, and distributors around the world, including, Australia, Hong Kong, Japan, Norway, Canada, even Namibia, Africa, places to buy Gingerlead.
That's great. And we're heard worldwide, so we have people who listen to us in most of the countries that you mentioned, actually.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so Liz, I want to thank you today for being our guest and for all that you're doing and your lovely pets, your lovely dogs. You know, they're so sweet. And to help our pets with mobility issues and disabilities. And also, thank you for the work you do with Rescue. I know that you do work with Rescue. On behalf of the pet parents around the world, I want to thank you for helping our pets become mobile once again in a very safe and very healthy way. So I thank you very much, and thank you for being our guest today.
Thank you for having me on, Susan.
Thank you. We'll be back in just a moment. Hi, Doggy Diva Show listeners. Susan Marie here to take just a half a minute to let you know how much we appreciate your being with us every week to hear great dog tips you can use with your pet, some great stories about rescues, fostering, and some heartwarming stories about second chances for pets who are now in loving forever homes. Be sure to go to our website, thedoggydiva.com, to see pictures of Miss Olive and other dogs we talk about on the show and get to know us a little better. That's thedoggydiva.com, DOGGY. We appreciate your feedback too. Okay, let's get back to the show. Coming up, ways to manage your pet's healthcare costs. Stay tuned.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dinovite for help.
Order a 90-day supply of Dinovite.
Dinovite for life.
Pick up 2 tubes of Doggosuds.
Get the 3rd tube free.
Peppermint, tea tree, lavender, Doggosud shampoo.
Made with all-natural coconut, jojoba, aloe. Great for healthy skin and soft, shiny coats.
But no itchy, harsh chemicals.
Lather up, rinse away.
Try Doggosuds. Buy 2, get 1 free.
At Dinovite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Doggy Diva Show. As a pet parent myself, I am always in search of ways to enhance my pet's quality of life. Well, Embrace Pet Insurance, one of the nation's leading pet insurance companies, now offers policy owners free, unlimited, 24/7 access to veterinary experts via phone, chat, or email. And today we have with us Josh Baum-Shmigel, a customer care lead with Embrace Pet Insurance, to tell us all about it and to tell us about telehealth and the benefits of pet health insurance and how it enhances the health and well-being of our fur kids. Welcome, Josh, to the Doggy Diva Show.
Thank you so much, Susan. How are you today?
Very good, thank you. Now, can you tell the listeners a little bit about yourself? And I know that you're a pet parent of your own, so can you tell us about your dogs?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I have lived in Cleveland all my life, and things are really looking up for us here, even though the calves that I don't really follow aren't doing too well now. That kind of stinks, but we'll live and we'll move on. I do have 2 dogs. They're pretty small. I have one who's named Whittle. He's a Chihuahua Papillon mix. He was our first. And then we got Mia, who's a Chihuahua Dachshund mix. She was actually a rescue from a bad situation. So one day, one of our friends noticed that they were going to get rid of this precious little girl. And they're like, she's coming over. I'm like, okay, let's take her in. And I'm so glad we were able to rescue her. It's amazing.
Oh, that's so great. And, you know, I have a little Chihuahua Dachshund mix, too. Mine's Coco. So, and she's very sweet. They're very loving. And thank you for rescuing her. Mm-hmm. Now, can you tell us a little bit about Embrace Pet Insurance?
Sure. So Embrace Pet Insurance is one of the top-rated pet health insurance providers for dogs and cats in the United States, and we're over 11 years in business. When people select a pet insurance company as a partner for their pet's health, it's really important that they get the quality of care that they deserve, and that's what Embrace was built on. We built Embrace with that in mind. And most of us are pet owners. We empathize with the pet parents that we talk to every day. We go through the same things that our customers do.
Well, and there's something new that you guys offer too. It's called Telehealth. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, absolutely. So the telehealth aspect of things is called Whisker Docs, and we've been really excited to partner with them. They, from what I know, are a leading provider of the telehealth support for pet parents since 2012, so we're really excited to have them on board. What the Whisker Docs can provide is decision support with veterinary experts. So it's an added benefit for all of our policyholders that is no charge. We just, provide it for those pet parents that have policies with us. And what it can do, it can help enhance the care for your pet. It can't replace a physical exam if there's an emergency or something that really needs to be checked out, but it can help the pet parent find their next steps, see if they have to come in for an exam or even provide some more information on behavioral things and other aspects that don't always require an exam.
What a great enhancement to, your pet's health care. Now, how does pet insurance and telehealth, how does it benefit pets and pet parents?
The benefit to having the pet insurance, including the telehealth, you really get the reassurance of knowing that your pet has access to the best vet care that is available and your finances are being protected at the same time. Having the policy with a company like Embrace that offers the pet helpline, it's that added support that you have for the times that you need it the most that you can't predict.
And pet parents need to understand that there is a terrific benefit to having pet insurance because in these times, things can happen where they need that extra support. So can you tell us a little bit about how that would benefit them?
Absolutely. So having the pet insurance in general, it really is there for the unexpected things. It's really beneficial for the sicknesses and the injuries where you have the support for the money side of it. So you don't have to worry about the finances. You can just tell the vet, do what you need to do, and get your pet back into the healthy shape that they were. The pet insurance we provide, it's really one simple kind of a policy. It is for accidents and illnesses, so the unexpected things. We offer an additional wellness rewards plan that you can add on for the routine and preventative things. So we try to have all aspects of the pet's health care available for those that would want it.
And that's so important. As a pet parent, I understand and I realize how important it is because I have special needs pets and it's really, if they need surgery or if something happens, it's always good to know that you have insurance to help you out. Now, where can the listeners go to learn more about Embrace Pet Insurance, learn more about the telehealth? Where can they go to learn more about this or sign up?
So the first place I would suggest is going to embracepetinsurance.com. That has access to starting a quote, even purchasing a policy right on the website. We also do have more information on the telehealth benefit for our policyholders. Up at the top of the website, there's a 24/7 pet helpline link that they can click on and learn more about that on the website. Other than that, they can give us a call at 800-226-1308 and speak to one of our customer care embracers and get a quote, talk about their policy. And we also do have a lot of social media presence. We have contests and fun things like that. So on Facebook, we're on there as well as Instagram. It's great to follow those things, lots of pet information and really interesting stories.
The website is embracepetinsurance.com, and you can go there for questions, for information, to find out, get some quotes, find out if you could sign up. And I think that it's so wonderful what you're offering. And I thank you today for being our guest on our show, Josh, and for sharing such helpful information to benefit both pets and pet parents.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
We would like to thank our guests this week. And also, as our Doggy Divas always say, please love your pets because they love you unconditionally. And please remember to adopt, foster, spay, neuter, and microchip. And as always, please have a great Diva week, everyone.
That's all for this episode of the Doggy Diva Show. To find out more, go to our website, thedoggydiva.com. Also, find us on our Facebook page, The Doggy Diva Show, and tell your fellow dog lovers about it. Don't miss Susan Marie, Miss Olive, and the Doggy Divas right here for the next episode. See you again soon.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.